Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Is South Africa's unemployment rate a ticking time bomb? The country's unemployment rate tops the list of the highest globally, with a whopping 33% of the workforce unemployed. Labour and Employment Minister Nobesuthu Hejana is looking to the BRICS partners for solutions. He's been holding a series of meetings with his counterparts aimed at facilitating collaboration in employment creation. Let's take you to eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli now, who has been looking at that particular story for us. Lethiwe, what has been said, particularly by the minister or those who are there, to try and come up with solutions to this very big problem we have?
Well, Maseko, the meetings between the Labour and Employment Ministers across the 5 BRIC nations got underway today in Durban. And earlier on, the Minister, Nobesuthu Hejana, was briefing us about exactly what they're going to be discussing amongst each other, and also the delegates that they've invited into these meetings. And basically what they are saying is that they're going to be talking about collaboration between the BRIC nations on how job employment can be created. You'd know that here in South Africa we are struggling with job creation, as we're sitting at 33% of an unemployment rate. And in speaking to the minister a bit earlier on, he did say that it's not only going to be about job creation, though. Their meetings are also going to be focusing on how to improve skills in each countries. He is saying that in South Africa we do lack critical skills that are needed in the job sectors, and they are basically going to be listening to countries such as Brazil and also India and China on how they have upskilled their people. He's also saying that they've invited unions into these meetings because they want to hear from the labour sector on how workers are affected by a lot of things within the country. But in speaking to the minister a bit earlier on, just asking him to elaborate on exactly what they're going to be doing within these meetings for the next 3 days, he had this to say.
We're talking about the skills gap. And economists have long said the unemployment in this country is structural, which means it's linked to the skills. Therefore, the issue of skills training is very, very central. We'll be exchanging information, we'll be exchanging knowledge and programs which are going to skill our people, especially in certain critical areas. There's a list of about 100 critical skills which we do not have, which were determined by Ministers Nzimande and Minister of Home Affairs. Our problem, we've been having general skills, not what you call critical skills in certain areas. We need all those skills. As we speak now, there are massive programs which are led at presidency, different departments. We are central in partnerships with the other departments to say what are the short-term skills which we can be able to have re-divert some of the young graduates, because they've gone to university, they've gone to TVET, they have graduated. Does it mean it's a guarantee for a job? The key issue is about, do they have artisanal skills? That's the key issue, which you might need now in the industry.
And Lethiwe, of course, this year we hosted the BRICS nations, and we found out in our shores that there would be a BRICS Plus with other nations joining us, such as the UAE. So did they discuss anything about the fact that these nations joining us from next year might be a positive thing to talk about this exact thing they're talking about today?
Of course, Maseko, the minister did say that they're trying to speak to big nations that have big economies and that have been able to grow their economies in the past few years, because you'd remember that South Africa is struggling to grow the economy currently. So they are saying that they are more than welcome to accept these other nations into the BRICS nation because they are looking to basically learn from them on how they are growing their economies as well. You'd remember that the country is also trying to attract investment investment from these countries. And the minister did say that in order to grow jobs in this country, or to create jobs rather, we would need to attract investments not only from the Western countries, but also from the rest of the world. He is saying that they are seeing that the economy is growing very slow, and because of that, they are trying to work together with other nations, and they are or have invited other African countries as well into these meetings to hear from them on their struggles and how they are planning to create jobs in their respective countries. So basically what he is saying is that for the next 3 days, they're going to be looking into how India, how Brazil, and also how China have grown their job sectors, and they are hoping that South Africa can learn from these countries.
All right, let's see Mdluli in Durban for us. Let's leave it there for now.